Before every game, before the first whistle echoes through the stadium, there's a silence inside Cristiano Ronaldo's mind. Not the silence of emptiness, but the silence of absolute focus. This is where the real game begins. People often think confidence is something that appears when you win, when the crowd cheers, or when success finally comes. But for Ronaldo, confidence starts long before that. It starts before the lights, before the cameras, before the first touch of the ball. It starts within. He doesn't wait for the world to tell him who he is. He already knows. That self-awareness, that quiet certainty is not arrogance. It's mastery. It's the kind of mindset that can only come from years of discipline, repetition, and reflection. Most players walk onto the field thinking about what could go wrong. Ronaldo walks in thinking about what must go right. That's not luck. That's training the mind to obey purpose, not fear. Confidence isn't born in the moment of victory. It's built in the loneliness of preparation. When everyone else sleeps and you're still running drills in the rain, you are building a kind of strength that can't be seen, only felt. It's a mental armor, and when the world watches you, it doesn't see your sweat, your pain, or your nights of doubt. It only sees how calm you look under pressure. That calmness is not natural, it's earned. For Ronaldo, the game begins long before the referee's whistle. It begins the moment he laces up his boots, the moment he looks in the mirror and reminds himself that every second is a chance to become sharper, faster, more alive. He doesn't rely on motivation. Motivation fades. He relies on identity. He doesn't say, "I hope I'll perform well." He says, "I am the kind of player who performs well." That difference is everything. It's not wishful thinking, it's self-definition. And when you define yourself with clarity, confidence follows naturally. Most people misunderstand confidence. They think it's about walking tall or speaking loud. But real confidence is quiet. It doesn't need to announce itself. It exists in how you breathe before the kickoff, and how you handle the first mistake, and how you recover from a loss. Confidence isn't about never falling. It's about knowing you'll always rise. That's why Ronaldo can miss a penalty and still walk with his head high, because he knows one moment doesn't define him. His belief runs deeper than results. When he steps onto the pitch, he's not thinking, "What if I fail?" He's thinking, "I've done this 1,000 times before." That's the mindset of a man who has rehearsed victory in his mind until it becomes second nature. Every movement, every shot, every reaction, it's all programmed through repetition and self-belief. And that's a lesson for anyone listening. The most confident people are not the ones who think they can do something. They're the ones who've done it so many times that doubt no longer makes sense. Confidence at its core is about trust. Trust in your preparation. Trust in your habits. Trust in your response when things don't go as planned. Ronaldo trusts himself because he's earned the right to. You can't fake that. You can wear the same boots, the same jersey, but if you haven't done the work, the confidence will crack under pressure. Because confidence without foundation is just illusion. But when your foundation is built on effort, sacrifice, and consistency, no one can take it away. There's also a psychological dimension to this. Every time Ronaldo walks onto the field, he carries not just skill, but a story of rejection, of doubt, of resilience. Every athlete, every person faces moments when they are told they're not enough. Confidence is not the absence of those voices. It's the decision to keep moving anyway. It's telling yourself, "I hear the noise, but I choose my voice." That inner conversation shapes everything. The body follows where the mind believes. And this belief doesn't make him invincible. It makes him human, but prepared. Because even in moments of failure, he learns faster. He doesn't ask, "Why me?" He asks, "What's next?" That's the psychology of growth, turning setbacks into fuel. True confidence is not about being perfect. It's about staying centered when imperfection arrives. Think about that moment before the match. The anthem plays, the crowd roars, the cameras flash, and there's Ronaldo standing still, eyes locked, heart steady. What you see is not ego, it's alignment. His body, his mind, his purpose, all connected. That's what confidence really is. Alignment between what you believe, what you do, and who you are. When those three are in harmony, nothing outside can shake you. You don't need to be a footballer to feel that. Every one of us faces our own version of the kickoff, the exam room, the interview, the stage, the first step towards a goal. Those are our stadiums. And like Ronaldo, your confidence won't come from luck or applause. It will come from how honestly you've prepared when no one was watching. So when your moment comes, don't wait for the world to tell you you're ready. Be ready. Walk in with that quiet certainty. Not loud, not desperate, just sure. Sure that you've done the work. Sure that you belong. Because confidence isn't about starting the game. It's about starting it like you've already won. And when you start with belief, the game doesn't control you. You control the game. Preparation is not just about training the body. It's about shaping the mind. When you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, what you see on the field is not just talent, it's the visible expression of hours, days, years of relentless preparation. Every sprint, every touch, every repetition is a conversation between his discipline and his destiny. Confidence for him isn't something he wakes up with. It's something he builds, brick by brick, session by session. And that's what separates him from most. People admire the goals, the celebrations, the trophies, but what they don't see are the mornings when his muscles ache, the nights when exhaustion whispers, "Rest, you've done enough." Yet he still shows up. Preparation for Ronaldo is not about comfort, it's about commitment, because he understands something simple but profound. When the moment comes, it's too late to prepare. The body only performs what the mind has already accepted as possible. That's why his preparation goes beyond physical training. It's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. He's not just training to run faster or shoot better. He's training to think clearly under pressure, to breathe through chaos, to stay present when the world is moving too fast. Every drop of sweat is not just effort, it's evidence of belief. That's what preparation does. It converts belief into behavior. Many people want confidence, but they skip preparation. They want the feeling without the foundation, and that's why their confidence cracks the moment things get difficult. Ronaldo doesn't have that problem because his confidence is rooted in evidence, the evidence of his own work. He doesn't have to hope he'll perform well. He knows he will because he's already done it 1,000 times in training. That's the psychology of mastery. Repetition until it becomes instinct. You can see it in his body language, that stillness before a free kick, that calm in front of goal. Those moments look natural, almost effortless, but they're not. They are the result of preparation so deep that it erases hesitation. When you've practiced something enough, fear has no room to live. The body doesn't ask questions, it remembers. That's why Ronaldo often says, talent is nothing without work. Because he knows talent without preparation is just potential wasted. Think of it like this. Preparation is the invisible part of success. It's the roots that hold the tree steady during the storm. You can't see them, but they're the reason the tree doesn't fall. In life, we often chase results without respecting the roots. We want the applause without the silence that comes before it. But Ronaldo's life is proof. Confidence grows in the unseen hours. The ones when no one is watching, no one is clapping, and no one is celebrating you yet. This mindset requires humility, because preparation means admitting you are not perfect yet. It's an acceptance that every day you can still get better. That's what keeps Ronaldo hungry, even after decades at the top. Most people, once they succeed, start to protect their reputation. They avoid mistakes. They play safe. But Ronaldo keeps training as if he's still proving himself. That's not ego. That's evolution. There's a psychological shift that happens through preparation. The more you prepare, the less you fear. Anxiety often comes from uncertainty, from not knowing if you're ready. But when you've done the work, your brain relaxes into performance mode. You trust yourself because your actions have already built the evidence. That's the quiet power of preparation. It removes doubt before the challenge even arrives. And philosophically, preparation is also about respect. Respect for the opportunity, for the craft, for the people who believe in you. Ronaldo doesn't just train for himself, he trains for the game, for the millions watching, for the standard he represents. That's why every practice session matters. Because when you truly respect your calling, you prepare as if the world depends on it.
What's fascinating is how preparation changes the way you experience pressure. For an unprepared person, pressure feels like threat. For a prepared one, pressure feels like privilege. Ronaldo doesn't fear big games, he craves them, because he knows his preparation has earned him the right to be there. That's why he can step up when others step back. He's not guessing, he's remembering what he's already practiced in silence. And that's the truth for everyone. If you want to walk into a moment of pressure with confidence, you have to prepare like it matters. Because it does. Confidence built on imagination fades. Confidence built on preparation endures. And in a way, preparation is the purest form of self-belief. When you prepare, you're sending a message to yourself. I am worth the effort. You don't wait for motivation, because motivation is a mood. Preparation is a decision. And decisions,